You know, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and if I don't have to type in 1,000 words, I'm going to use a picture every time. In this lesson, I'm going to show you ways to insert different types of pictures from different locations into a page here in your notebook in OneNote 2007. I'm using my user conference notebook that we've been working with throughout this chapter, so if you've been following along, you're ready to go. If you have the exercise files and you'd like to follow along with me, but you've jumped to this lesson, no problem. Go to the Lesson 2 folder and open up this notebook, User Conf 5 2008. Click on the Meeting Notes section on the second meeting, and you'll see what I see. So let's say we want to add a picture down below, maybe taste of the food we might get at the Chateau Laurier. Okay, so I could click anywhere I want on this page to add the image. If I go inside an existing note, click inside the frame, it will be attached to that frame. In other words, it's part of the note, and if I was to delete the entire note, the picture would go with it. So instead, I'm going to start a new note. I'm just going to click down here below my audio recording from the previous lesson and type in, here is a sample of the kind of food you might receive at the chateau. I'm going to hit enter a couple times, leave some space, and that's where I want my image to go. So I go up to the Insert menu, and you'll notice a couple of options here under Pictures. From Files, these are images already stored on my computer or on a device connected to my computer. But I can also go get a scanned image directly from a scanner, or get a digital picture from my digital camera if it's connected. So I'm going to choose from Files. We'll start with that. Here in the Lesson 2 folder, if you've got the exercise files, you'll find one called Appetizers. Click on that and choose Insert. If you don't have the exercise files, just go get any picture from your Pictures folder or wherever. And you can see it's inserted inside the frame here with my new note. Neat thing is, though, it appears in its original or actual size. It's not a very large photo, but maybe I'd like to size it down even further. As I hover over the image itself, a border appears. There's a little button here for moving, but as I move anywhere along the border and I see that four-sided arrow, I can actually move the image around. So I can move it to the center, for example. You'll also notice that when I click on the border, these handles appear around the outside, so I can use those to change the size. I like going to a corner, so I'm not changing the proportions per se, but just maybe drag that up to make it a smaller image. There, it stays proportional. I can click outside the image to deselect it, and click outside the frame here to see the end result. Very nice. All right, let's say you've got an image on your digital camera, or you've got a document you want to scan. You can insert those as images as well. I'm going to go up to my Workshops tab here and just make sure I can see what's going on up here. Okay, pre-conference workshops, all right. I'm going to click down below as if to start a brand new note. And I'm going to type in draft schedule and hit enter a couple of times. So here's where I want to insert the schedule. It's already been typed out. I've got a printed copy. Why would I redo that work when I can just scan it directly into this note? I'm going to do that from the Insert menu. I'm going to come down to Pictures. This time I'm going to choose from Scanner or Camera. Now I do have a camera connected. You can see it right here. I've also got a scanner connected. It happens to be an HP ScanJet 3600 series. I'm going to select that. Next, I get to choose the resolution. Web quality won't be as good as print quality. If I don't plan on printing this out, just viewing it on the screen, I'm going to leave it at web quality. I can also add the scanned image to my clip organizer where all of my images are stored. Now, choosing Insert is actually going to scan the image and insert it where my flashing cursor was, the insertion point. I like to choose Custom Insert. You get a little more control here. By choosing Custom Insert, I get to choose the quality. Is it a color image? Well, it's not even an image. It's a black and white document. So I could go to grayscale, or even better, black and white picture or text. It'll be the easiest to read. There's even custom settings with my particular scanner. You'll have different options depending on your scanner. The other neat thing I like about this is I can preview it. So it's going to warm up my scanner. It's going to give me a preview in the preview screen so I can make sure that everything's getting captured that needs to be captured. If not, I can make adjustments, scan it, and then know I'm going to get exactly what I wanted without wasting any additional time. So let's just wait for the scanner to warm up, and when we see the preview, we can continue. And there it is. Okay, so it appears and automatically a selection's being created for me. Might want to just widen that a little bit, make sure I get the title up at the top. That's the area that's going to be scanned on my paper. Looks like the draft schedule. So now I can click scan, and when I do, it's going to scan the image and insert it right under where I started typing draft schedule here. So it takes a second for the scan to take place, and then in no time at all I'm going to see the image down below, which will be like any other picture I insert into a notebook. I'll be able to make adjustments to its location and its size as well. So we'll do that in a moment. And there it is. Perfect. You'll notice now that if I move over this image with my mouse, you can see there's the four-sided arrow, just like the image that we inserted on the previous section. So I can move that around if I wanted to with inside the note. I can size it. Maybe it's a little bit difficult to read. I might want to make it bigger. It's going to increase the frame for my note as well until I get it to a size that looks good. I actually want to move that over here to the left. That looks good. I can move the frame, make it a little bit bigger too. And I'll click outside the frame now to see the end result. So it is an image. It's treated like an image, but really it's text that was scanned directly from the scanner into my notebook. So the only other option is to insert from a camera, a digital camera, if you've got it connected. And the routine is exactly the same. It's insert, pictures, from scanner or camera. You make sure that your camera is not only connected but turned on, ready to display images, and then you would select it from the list. It's going to be a custom insert because you'll need to go in and select the image that it is you want to bring in. I'm going to click cancel, and I'm going to return to my meeting notes section and click outside that image to see the end result. Looks great. So I just saved myself a lot of typing trying to explain things. Like I said, a picture's worth 1,000 words. We just saved ourselves a lot of typing.